Following this breaking news out of Philadelphia tonight, the northeast part of the city, where a plane has crashed into a neighborhood. And you're looking at the scene here, massive presence on the scene, lots of fire crews, lots of police, ambulances there. We've learned at least 6 people on board that plane, a medical plane, which we've learned, including 2 doctors, 2 pilots, 1 patient, and 1 family member have all died.
We're also hearing that there may have been injuries on the ground as well, as you might expect from a crash of this magnitude, and that there were injuries on the ground, homes and cars destroyed and caught fire after that plane went down. Unclear exactly, though, what led to this crash, but it looked like it nosedived into this neighborhood. Let's go to our live coverage now from our affiliates in Philadelphia and listen into what they're talking about right now, what they're learning.
And we'll go from there.
Yep.
Yeah. We're talking to Fred Tisi, a former Navy pilot, an aviation attorney, and many other things. Obviously, an expert in aviation. But there's 2 stories going on here. There's the plane crash that caused what happened in the sky, and then there's the search and rescue efforts for anybody on the ground in Northeast Philly, at that Roosevelt Mall, at any of those homes in the area that may have been hurt. I think it's probably safe to assume the worst for the folks on the plane, but we have no word yet on anybody on the ground who may have been hurt or worse in this disaster. There are, again, homes, row homes here, stores, people driving, innocent, again, this is right at rush hour. This happened about 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And this is a video by Steve Keeley. And just look at the debris field. I mean, that looks like just a terrible scene right after the plane crash, and you saw the fireball from a distance. This is up close. Several gas-fueled fires underground. So,
and pieces of the plane scattered all
everywhere.
over. They're on fire. Homes are on fire. Cars are on fire. I mean, it looks like a war zone out there.
It does.
It's very chaotic. It's frightening. We don't know the extent of any injuries on the ground right now. We're still trying to get that information. And as we had reported, we believe there were 6 people on that plane when it just took a nosedive out of the sky for reasons we're still trying to figure out.
So a massive response.
And Tina, you know that area very well, of course, being from Philadelphia. On a Friday night in this area, it looks like it's almost something you'd see in a downtown Phoenix kind of area, where you've got homes and businesses and shops.
It's very congested in this area. The homes in this area, they're mostly row homes, so they're all connected. If you can imagine, if you got a fire in one, I mean, the rest could go up, likely will as well. And as they mentioned there in their newscast, there, lots of cars on the road. This is rush hour. It happened around 6 p.m. tonight, local Philadelphia time. So lots of people, and of course what's going on right now in the news with this crash we had on Wednesday in D.C. Seeing this in your neighborhood, I mean, it's very concerning, and there's lots of video of it. We're going to listen in, I think, to some live pictures from the scene if we can.
Just a terrible coincidence here, Fred. When you talk about a mid-air collision and then a plane that virtually just fell out of the sky.
All right, so a couple things are coming. So it's funny. So now, you guys can't report on this, but I'm telling you some of the things that I'm seeing, which gets back to kind of the speculation that I was saying earlier. There was a Lear 55 that operates as MTS, Medical Transport Services, that was scheduled to depart Northeast Philly, I think for Springfield, I want to say Springfield, Illinois. So if you go to Playware.com, you can see scheduled departures from Northeast Philly. And that aircraft, a Lear 55, was scheduled to depart. And so that airplane would have a bunch of jet fuel on it. Some of the, a lot of the aviation rumors are starting to swirl around about an instrumentation loss, which is something we had talked about earlier. Who knows if that is what it was? But with a Lear 55, if that's what the airplane is, I mean, a Lear 55 is a very sophisticated airplane. A Lear 55 and a highly trained crew, something kind of went catastrophically wrong.
And so you're saying, based on the FlightAware data that you've looked up, that Lear 55 was taking off Northeast Philly Airport when?
It was scheduled at 6:06 p.m.
And that's
here for a second.
Right, and that's shortly thereafter
right about
is
the time
when this all happened. And Fred, you also talked about, so it would also be completely fueled up, making this crash with fuel everywhere, which people are reporting smelling jet engine fuel. We've seen all these fires.
All right, so let's look and see here. So that airplane may have made So we have scheduled departures out of Philly, looking at flight away, right? So then there was another one, Canada regional jet, going to South Bend, Indiana. That airplane looks like it got where it was going. One of these Lears looks like it's still up going where it's supposed to. So it's really hard to tell, kind of, what's going on. I mean, it's some people are saying it was a Lear. Some people are saying it was a Canada regional jet. So who knows? Okay.
Fred TC, thank you for joining us, giving us your expertise, and I appreciate what you very much helped us try to understand what happened here. So thanks for your time. We're going to get back to Steve Keeley on the ground. It's been a while since we've talked to Steve, probably at least 20 minutes or so, as he has tried to get to a safe place, and then his reporter instincts kicking in, and he's going to need to sort of tell us what he's seeing, and he'll be joining us in just a moment.
And this all happening shortly after 6 o'clock tonight at Bustleton and Cottman, the Roosevelt Mall. A small plane crashing into northeast Philadelphia. People seeing a plane taking a nosedive in the sky, and then you see on the left-hand screen there just a huge ball of fire. Emergency crews, dozens and dozens, all available. Fire, police, EMS crews responding to the scene, which has been very chaotic. As we've talked to our Steve Keeley, he's having trouble breathing. He's trying to report the story. Governor Josh Shapiro also making a statement on X saying that he's going to make all available resources available to the city of Philadelphia, offering the mayor, the fire department, the police department, and the Office of Emergency Management any possible help that they could need in handling this huge crisis in Philadelphia that we've been dealing with for about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, the AP reporting that, as we just heard from Fred, saying that this flight took off at 6:06, disappeared from radar about 30 seconds after climbing to an altitude of 1,600 feet. And at least that's what this particular flight did. It's it's only 3 miles from the airport. So however high a plane like that can get in just 3 miles and just a few minutes after takeoff is what we're talking about here. And at some point, this plane, which had been reported to be a Lear 55 medical jet with 6 people on board, 2 doctors, 2 pilots, and a patient and a family member, took off around 6:06, and something awful happened after that, and this is basically the result.
Right, and Fred TC talking to us about that this is a very sophisticated aircraft, and it had a highly trained crew on board, so saying that, something like this is hard to explain.
Yeah. This is a new live look on the right side. That's live. It's a gas station here. It looks like Cottman Food Market right there, one of the strip malls in the area. You still see smoke and sort of a haze in the air. Steve Keeley, can you hear us?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you're not going to believe this debris field keeps getting wider. So I parked at the McDonald's, as I told you earlier, Jason, at the Boulevard and Cottman Avenue, which is across the boulevard from the plane crash site. 2 officers tell me here is an air tank from the airplane, and the air tank has a number 10 on it with jet rescue label on it. So I said how it was a medical jet with 2 doctors, 2 pilots, a patient, and a family member, a commander had told me, and that was confirmed by another officer. This would be on a medical plane, an air tank, an oxygen tank that is right on the corner where the McDonald's is, across all 12 lanes of Cottman Avenue, and that's how big the debris field is. I just talked to Sergeant Eric Grip. I said, any estimated time of revival on the police news conference? He says, we might have to keep moving it back because we keep finding stuff from the plane. So I'm standing here with this air tank now that hasn't been roped off yet. And I don't know if it was kicked down here or it's down. It's across all 12 lanes of the boulevard. It may have been hit by vehicles and ended up here. But they keep moving the scene back. They have closed the boulevard. It was not closed right after this when I was on scene. But this air tank is here, and I'll get a picture in so you can see it. And it's just shocking how much they keep finding. Now, it's dark out, it's been raining, and there's been smoke billowing all the time. I just walked 2 miles to get around everything safely to get to where they're going to have the media news conference, which is at the gas station across the 12 lanes of Boulevard. But they keep finding things, so they may move the media back before they start talking. So I'm going to head back over there. I'll get you a picture where this air tank is. It looks like Philly police are coming over just to secure that now. But what an awful scene this is. And still, I have not gotten any information on potential victims on the ground. This was a crowded mall. It was a packed Cotman Avenue waiting for the traffic light at the Boulevard. And I know firsthand because I was in it moments before or moments after on both sides. So there's your update. I'm going to go back over the scene. I'll get right back to you, and we expect to hear from, I know Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel just arrived. We'll hear from police, and we'll learn what they know at this early juncture still. As you hear sirens, fire department, ambulances leaving, and it's also a gruesome scene. I was warned at one point, everybody was moving.
Okay, you're listening to live coverage there from Fox 29 in Philadelphia, where a small plane has crashed in the northeast part of the city in a heavily traveled area, congested, especially at rush hour. This happened around 6 o'clock, and we know that 6 people have died. It was a medical jet.
Yeah, and the jet that they're talking about at this point, still working to confirm it, but they're talking about a Lear 55, which is a common medical transport jet. They call it a Lear 55 because it's literally 55 feet long. So that is larger than a small, plane that we originally thought might be involved here. We thought it could be just a Cessna sort of plane, but obviously when we saw the explosion and the amount of fuel that plane was carrying at the time, that is why we saw that gigantic fireball and what looks to be a debris field all around this area here.
Yeah, the live reporter there was talking about that. He says he may have found, in the debris field, an air tank from the aircraft, possibly. I mean, he was just speaking to how large this debris field really is.